Good morning, my good people. How is everyone doing today? I hope everyone is fine. Welcome to another episode of Urban Av Crypto. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. If this is your first time, subscribe, please. I would appreciate it. And if this is your first time, go check out some of my other videos. I'm pretty sure you're going to like my content. On this channel, I like to speak the truth. I like to speak about what it is. I don't like to talk a whole bunch of fluffy stuff. I just like to really, tell you the truth from my opinion, and also just looking at things from a more common sense standpoint, mixed with facts. So on today's video, I'm going to be going over a clip of Brad Garlinghouse speaking about Swift and how XRP is going to be taking over Swift. Well, not really taking it over, but taking over a portion of Swift, small portion of Swift. And that small portion accumulates to 14%, right? So I'm going to play the clip. It's a very fast clip. It's not that long. It's probably a couple of seconds. And we're going to talk about it. All right, so let me play the clip.
There's two ways to think about Swift. There's the messaging, and there's liquidity. And liquidity is owned by the banks. I think less about the messaging and more about liquidity. Because if you're driving all the liquidity, that's good for XRP. Anyway, so I'll say 5 years, 14%.
All right, so as you heard, Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, who owns the asset XRP, right? The digital asset XRP. So if this is your first time, yes, Ripple owns the digital asset XRP. So he's talking about them taking over liquidity from Swift. So he's saying that when it comes to Swift, right, and the banking system, there's two sides to Swift. There's the messaging, and then there's the liquidity. Now, again, a lot of these people, when they come out and talk, and people I'm talking about is people like Brad Garlinghouse. When they come out and they talk about Swift and the messaging, and they talk about the liquidity, what they're trying to do is they're trying to get you to think that the liquidity and the messaging is two separate things, which that is not true, right? It's not true. The liquidity and the messaging is all one thing. It's all one thing. And they're one thing. And I say that because without the messaging through Swift for cross-border payments, where's the liquidity coming from, right? The liquidity is a part of the banking system, but the banks cannot transact cross borders without the messaging. These messages are messages talking about money. This bank wants to send this bank money, right? So let me say it so that you could understand. So you have Bank A and Bank B. So Bank B is going to talk to Bank A through the Swift messaging system about transacting money, okay? That's how that works. Now, it doesn't happen the way how you may think it happens. It's not like a text message or anything. However, it could be very similar, right? If you are someone that uses Zelle, we all know that when you use Zelle, right, you have to send someone basically a message because you need their email or you need their phone number. And what happens on the receiving person's end? Well, the person that's receiving the money is going to get a message stating that money just hit their account. That's how that happens, right? So because it happens that way, that's the messaging talking about money. That's the messaging notifying this person that they're receiving money. Even if you were to send Zelle for the first time to someone that you never sent it before, right? It will ask you if this person's information is true. Well, that's all messages. It would also notify the person that they're going to be receiving money, right? That they have received money from a particular person that they never received from, and they would have to do whatever they need to do to be able to receive it. When you start selling Zelle, it's not right away. So the systems have to talk to each other, especially if you're sending someone a Zelle payment from a Chase account to, let's say, a Bank of America account. It's all messages happening between there, how the SWIFT system works. So the messages is not something that is not needed within SWIFT. It is needed. What happens with blockchain technology is that you cut out the messaging and you go straight to moving liquidity. That's why Brad is saying that he's not studying the messaging. He's only studying the liquidity side of SWIFT because they don't need the messaging anymore with blockchain technology. They don't need it. Like, you literally don't. Because if you have been in this system, in this industry, the crypto industry, right? This financial industry, this crypto financial industry, if you have been in this, you understand that to send someone crypto, it's no messages needed. The only thing you need is the account address, which is the wallet address, as to where to send the crypto. That's all you need. There's no messaging in between there because the blockchain is already keeping account. The blockchain is already keeping the messaging behind the scenes. All of that is being done behind the scenes. So you don't need the messaging. That's why he doesn't care about the messaging. And if you look the clip that I, showed you, you see that this was put out on Instagram by a crypto Instagram page or whatever you want to call it. It's called Crypto DYL News. Well, these people or this person is stating that mathematically XRP would be $19.09 per XRP. Once Ripple takes over 14% of SWIFT banking. Now, I'm going to get to that in a second, but I want to just touch quickly on the fact that Brad Garlinghouse came out and said that within this whole clip here, he said that the next 5 years. Brad, why are you lying to people? Why are you lying to people? 14% of SWIFT banking in the next 5 years? That is so not true. All of that is a lie. These people just lie for a living. You can't believe anything that they say. In the next 5 years, Brad, we don't have 5 years. You guys have been around for the last 13 years already. It's not going to take another 5 years. This system was supposed to be flipped since in 2020. I have so much documentation of different things, but I just don't have the time to really put it out. And I need to really, settle down and get some of this information out because I have a ton of information that shows how, this stuff was supposed to be done since 2020. It's being held back for whatever reason, and I think more so is the US that just wants to take a grip on the whole industry because they understand how much money could be made by people holding it. So they're holding it back because a lot of these coins today were supposed to be worth way more than they're worth now. Like XRP is not supposed to be $2 and change. XRP is literally supposed to be about $15,000 today. All they're doing really right now is just holding the whole thing back, which is not understandable. So I'm not going to act like it's understandable like the rest of these YouTubers, very fucking delusional. I'm not going to do that at all. They're playing a game right now. I'm done today. I hope everyone has a good day. Again, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe today, please. And if you did subscribe, please make sure and check to see that you're subscribed, because YouTube has been taking away my subscribers as I am trying to grow. I'm going to catch you on the next one. I'm Thomas Bain. This is Urban Ave Crypto. I'm out of here.